The Kansas City Chiefs played a game last night. They moved to 4-0 with the win over the Los Angeles Chargers. But during that battle in the first quarter, Rashee Rice gets tackled by Patrick Mahomes, and many reports have said he has torn his ACL. I have not heard anything about the MRI results yet. It was supposed to happen this afternoon. I have not heard anything. So if you guys have heard something, let me know. But everything points to a torn ACL. So guys, fact or crap, do the Kansas City Chiefs need to go out and get a receiver to replace Rashee Rice this season? So far, guys, Rashee Rice has had a pretty spectacular 2024 campaign. In 3 games plus, he had 24 catches over 288 yards with 2 touchdowns. Back in 2023, he had 938 yards on 7 touchdowns with 79 catches. Rashee Rice is quickly becoming one of the top receivers in the NFL and hands down the Kansas City Chiefs' #1 threat right now. So fact or crap, do the Kansas City Chiefs need to go out and get a wide receiver? I think it is crap. I think the Kansas City Chiefs are just fine. Why are they just fine? The Chiefs have a receiver on the roster that is still on IR that is arguably a top 10 receiver in the NFL, and Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown has yet to set foot on the Kansas City Chiefs field for them yet this season. They still have Hollywood Brown. They still have Sky Moore. If he can learn how to catch the ball, they still have Sky Moore. On the flip side of that, the Kansas City Chiefs have been known out to go get a receiver midseason. They have known to go out and get a receiver. Tooney from 2 years ago, McCall Hardman last season. So they have gone out and done this before. But I think it's crap. I do not think the Kansas City Chiefs need to go out and get a receiver. Look at 2023 campaign. Did anybody know about Rashee Rice? Did anybody know about Sky Moore? Did anybody know about Justin Ross? The Kansas City Chiefs had one of the worst wide receiving cores in 2023, and Patrick Mahomes made them better throughout the season. Yes, there might be a little bit of a learning curve, but he's going to get them up to par. He's going to get Juju. He's going to get Hollywood Brown. He's going to get Sky Moore. He's going to get Xavier Worthy, etc. They're all going to step up, and they're going to be fine. It is a crap. I do not think they need to go out and get a receiver. But if they were to entertain that idea, if they were to entertain the idea of going out and getting a receiver, there are 4 potential receivers that I think that could be a decent pickup. If the Tennessee Titans lose tonight to the Miami Dolphins, DeAndre Hopkins could be on the trade market. The Chiefs could offer some type of draft capital to D-Hop and bring him in there. The Jacksonville Jaguars, obviously not going to do much this season. Christian Kirk. They could go out and get a receiver like Christian Kirk. I think he would be a great fit for the Kansas City Chiefs as well. Cleveland Browns and Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper is just, he has 1 year left on his deal. He wants to get paid. He wants to get those dollar bills, y'all. Also wants to win a ring. Might take a little discount to come, or the Browns could, get a first round pick for Amari Cooper, send him to the Chiefs, bada bing, bada boom, when that ring could part ways. Also, another receiver that I could potentially keep my eye on is Deontay Johnson from the Carolina Panthers, formerly of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So if the Chiefs decide to go out and go that route, they have done it before the last 2 seasons, actually. Look out for names for like D-Hop from the Tennessee Titans, Christian Kirk from the Jaguars, Amari Cooper from the Browns, and of course Deontay Johnson from the Panthers. But I think it is a crap. They don't need a receiver. They might want one. They might go out and get one, but they don't need one. So guys, fact or crap, do the Kansas City Chiefs need a receiver moving forward if Rashee Rice is definitely out for the season? Casey says, go back to the KC game. Lamar could have won the game if he could hit his 2 open receivers twice. Yeah, that is fact. Missed 2 wide open receivers in the end zone. James Frank says, Amari Cooper to KC. For what? I don't know, but I think it happens. Correct me if I'm wrong, James, but I believe Amari Cooper just restructured his deal to have $25 million guaranteed in his contract this season. So all of his money for this year is guaranteed money. But Amari Cooper to the Kansas City Chiefs would be nice. And I think the Chiefs would be willing to give up a first-round draft pick for a receiver like Amari Cooper in the gentleman's agreement that a contract will be worked out next season, right? Because I don't think the Chiefs are going to give up a first-round pick for Amari Cooper for a rental season for 9 games or whatever it is, right? 10 games left. I don't think that is going to happen. I think Amari Cooper would come in and would need some type of long year deal. Laura says, crap, don't you have Worthy? They do have Xavier Worthy, but Xavier Worthy is a raw talent. He is a raw talent, and he is going to take time to develop. So maybe by week 13, he might be able to fill the spot of Rashid Rice, but these next 9 weeks is very, very critical for the Kansas City Chiefs. Casey says Rice is done from the season for what I've looked at and what I'm saying. Fact. He's saying fact that the Chiefs need to go out and get a receiver right now. Casey also says that Worthy is just a gimmick receiver, not a receiver number 1. See, Casey, I would have said that week 1 and week 2, but last night I saw a route where he did a hitch and go. He was double coverage and he was wide open. Patrick Mahomes hit him in the money, hit him right in the hands. Like, very few receivers so speed kills, right? Tyreek Hill is a terrible route runner, but he had quickness and like he had speed, and Patrick Mahomes knows how to use that. Now, I'm not saying he's a number 1 receiver right now, but give him a couple years, give him this season, he could definitely be a number 1 receiver depth, right? AOL Kid 121 says they have no wide receiver depth. Any more injuries and they are toast. But you see, AOL Kid, that is where you're wrong. The Kansas City Chiefs do have receiver depth. They actually cut a fairly good receiver in Tooney this offseason because they do have so much depth. If you look at the roster right now, they have Xavier Worthy, they have Justin Watson, they have Juju, Sky Moore, McCall Hardman, and Hollywood Brown. There's 7 receivers right there on the roster, and they might bring up they might activate a receiver from the practice squad, right? They have depth, and they have good depth. That is why people were so high on the Chiefs three-peat this season, was because of the depth. Last year, we were worried about the receiver core. What, the most drops in the NFL, right? Not a solid number 1 receiver going into week 15. Who's our guy? Who's our guy? Who's our guy? This year's a little bit different. Now we're worried about the running back room. If Carson Steele fumbles one more time, I swear to effing God, I'm going to drive up to Indianapolis, Indiana, and smack his mom. I'm kidding. Casey Morgan says, no one wants to know about Sky Moore. He was a disappointment pick. Sky Moore has a bunch of potential. I just don't... He has potential, but right now his confidence is shot. You get him into the game and force feed him the ball 4 or 5 catches, his confidence is going to go up in Sky, and Sky Moore will be A-okay. Derek says, crap. Casey doesn't need a receiver if Kelce gets going. And I forget who it was. It may have been James Chamberlain. In the chat today, I said, is Kelce a player that needs to step up? And I think Jason Kelce is eventually going to step up and going to have a good season. So fantasy owners, don't sweat it yet. Casey says, I want to see Cooper and Red and Gold. Say it again. I want to see Amari Cooper, Red and Gold, baby. It would be nice. It would be nice to have a big body number 1 receiver. James says, I don't want draft picks for the Browns. I want old line. You're not going to get an old line. We might send Juwan Taylor over there. James Frank says that's valid. Worthy will be a beast. I think I give him time. I think he will be a beast. Casey says Chiefs won a Super Bowl with Juju as number 1 receiver, then won a Super Bowl with the worst receiving core in the league with the most drops passes. The Chiefs will do just the Chiefs will do what they always do to adjust and win. Exactly what I just said, Casey. You are spot on, man. Spot on. James says, nah, you'll all be okay. You got Kareem back. You'll be okay in the running back room. I know I know he's older, but he's still a beast. Kareem Hunt played lights out last night. Coming from the practice squad, being a 3rd running back. I actually just looked at the depth chart. They have Carson Steele as the 4th running back now. Thank you. Kareem Hunt as number 1. Plus, we forget Clyde Edwards-Helaire is due to come back from IR this week as well. So definitely having right. And James says Casey Morgan, talking to Casey, he says he definitely deserves a ring, that man Hart, meaning Amari Cooper. Right? So guys, fact or crap? Do the Chiefs need to go out and get a receiver? Speaking of fact or crap, here on